Granny Handicap live stream is live. Hello, I'm Dennis Cole. I am your hostess for the evening. I am going to be playing Forza Horizon 4 and talking about handicaps. This is Granny Handicap. Welcome. I've got several things going on at once. I've got my Twitch window open. I am opening my Discord. So now I'll start the game. And here we go. I love the beginning cinematic for Forza Horizon 4. The way the car drives and the seasons change as he's driving. It's really cool. And I'm not a bit put off that they have a guy behind the wheel. I may be female, but I'm not feminist. I like looking at guys too. So, not a problem. I feel like Forza Horizon 4 does a really good job of representing females equally and does a real good job of representing minorities. You can make your avatar look any race, which is important to me, even though I'm white and most games give you a white avatar. I really think it's important to represent everybody. I also like Forza Horizon 4 because of the feature that if you're losing a lot of games, it'll offer you to lower the ability of your drivatars that you're competing against. I think this is an excellent feature for handicapped people. I also like that Xbox is pretty disability. Oh, it's summer. We are starting a new season today, and so I'm looking at the festival playlist, which I usually see when I first start my game. And so I need to earn one landscaping skill over here. I need to own and drive any classic sports car. I need to take a picture of my car with another player or drivatar at the GrannyHandicap mast. So that is the tower. Is a radio tower probably because it's red and white on GrannyHandicap. So I'm going to go ahead and own and drive any classic sports car. What will I choose?
Welcome
classic
back,
sports car. All right. Am I muted? I shouldn't be muted. Let me see if there we go. Now I have sound. I might turn the sound down a little bit. That's up. I want down. All right, yeah. And I'm driving the Mercedes-Benz E353 Project EAT, but I can stand to let go of it for a while. So I'm gonna go to garage, to my cars, and I'm going to select the filter. Classic, was it classic sports cars? Classic sports cars. So I'm looking for classic sport cars. Classic sports cars. Okay, and let's see what I got in my garage. I've got the 1960 Aston Martin, which is pretty cool. Then there's Austin Healey. There's BMW, Chevrolet, Corvettes. Ooh, I like Corvettes. There's Ford, Lotus. Oh, that's cute. There's MG Midget. There's, oh, cool. So there's all sorts of them. Oh, I like that TA Midget. That's so cute. And the Fairlady Nissan, Fairlady Z, the Sunbeam Tiger, or Triumph. Ooh, interesting. There's this Spitfire. So I have a choice of a good many classic sports cars. What do I want to pick? Well, I could go James Bond and have the DB4 GT Zagato. Or I could go cute and get the Lotus. Or I could go really retro and get the TA Midget. It's got to be upgraded though. It definitely needs to be upgraded, so I'm gonna upgrade it. It's only D100, which is dismal. D for dismal! But a D500 is not bad. So I'm gonna look for new tunes for my retro sports classic. And there's a 300. Not really what I want. It's rear wheel drive. I could go A for dirt. Let's see. Ransom. Could go, let's see. Wesh Fujiwara. He's got the helmet, which I'm working on. Stunt driver, after my own heart. So there are two of them, rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive. And that's pretty popular. So maybe I need to follow this creator. Yeah. Okay. He's not one I'm familiar with. There is a 500. And that's pretty popular, and he's in ranked stuff. So I think I will follow him. Oh, I'm already following him. So, or I could go A. Let's see. So basically, the 500 gives me that. The 800 gives me a lot better. So I might want to try Wesh Fujiwara's. Let's drift, and that's, let's see, all-wheel drive. I'm not sure if I want a drift car, however. I really want dirt racing. So I could go back here, and that's rally. Rally is a good all-around thing. That's, let's see, and that's dirt. Sergeant Bomber is pretty good. So let's see. Choices. I think I'll go for the dirt. You don't have to necessarily be fast to do dirt racing. It helps. I mean, you want them to be fast always in a race. But Speed is not the most important thing. To me, is handling. When you're on a dirt race, you want to be able to move towards the gates and get through them. So I like a dirt spec. So now I've got that. Let me see if I want to change the appearance. I do want to apply decals. Yeah, I'll erase the current design. So that means I'm going to have to paint it. Yep. I'm going to have to paint it. Oh, it's black. I don't have... I'm not like black is yuck or anything like that. Black is classy, but I like colorful cars. So I'm going to go back and paint this car. And for painting, I like chrome. I really like chrome, and I really like this Prismacolor. In fact, I might do that. It's so classy. And if I do that, I'm going to also do the rims that way with the Prismacolor. Ooh, that's just, ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. And now I'm going to save to current car, and I'm going to go put my decals on it. Now, if I'm using this Prismacolor, this light Prismacolor as my base, I want to use the 50% transparency on my rainbow flower design. Simply because if I put the 25% transparency, it really doesn't show that much. I want my design to show. So I'm going to pick the Rainbow Flower 50, which is the 50% transparency. So there's Rainbow 50 flowers, and I'm going to load it, and that's what it looks like. Just a nice little flower garden for your car, and rainbow colors as well. Now I'm going to delete and re-put it, so I now have it in the buffer. I can just do that. I can do that. I can fold this down so it shows. Yeah, I'll just do that. Alright, got my bouquet of roses on the right and my sunflowers on the left. On the top, I'm going to put that, and I'm going to move it around. Yeah. I'll have it like that. Okay. And let's see about a manufacturer decal. We've got MG. So I can move that. I can size it to be much smaller, and I can spin it so that it's right side up. Yeah. And then I can move it again so that it's straddling that. I can have it cover up the flowers, or I could cover up some others so that that shows. I could do that. And I could move the rainbow flower design a little bit. Just have it like that. How does that look from the front? From the front. Ooh, kind of like that. It's kind of hanging over a bit on that left side. I don't really want it to do that, so I'm going to go to the left side. It's the right side, excuse me. I'm going to change that so that it's not hanging over on that bumper. Yeah, that's better. Now, let's go to the rear bumper and it's flat. We can have flowers back there too. Ooh, and I'm gonna move it down a little bit because I like the purple better than I do the red. So I'm gonna just kind of put that up a little bit. And center my flowers a little bit. All right, maybe I could make that bigger so that I get, whoop, yeah, all right. That's a little better, so my sunflower shows a little bit better and my dozen roses on the other side. All right, I'm satisfied with that. Now I'm going to put my car number, and I'm up to 121, I do believe. I am. And this is an A, so I'm going to put that there, but I'm not going to keep it. I'm going to put an A tag. So I'm going to look for the nearest A tag because I've got the numbers. So put that one there. Move that over there. That's going to be the final tag. I'm going to ungroup, and I'm going to take the 7 out, and I'll go over here. Did I do that? I did. I wanted to ungroup it, not delete it. Okay, I'm going to delete that. I'm going to delete that, and delete that and paste it here. And now I will move it. First of all, I'm going to change the color. Oh, actually, I'm going to select all 3 so that I get a choice of 2 colors, and I can just pick that. Now they're all the same color. I can take those out and change the position. I'm going to change it right there. And you're like, but Granny is covering up the other one. Well, that's why I'm going to take this one over like that. Now, satisfied? I'm satisfied. I'm going to save it. Create new layer group. And save it as car. $121. Actually, I have over 500 cars and only 121 are numbered at this point. I have my work cut out for me, I do, but at least I'm doing another one today. It will eventually get done. So now I have original, share. So if you want to put car tags on your cars, they're in my offerings. And now I have my beautiful rainbow flower car. So I'm going to go ahead and save that. Actually, I'm just going to save it to current car. Now, I could make that design available to y'all and not save it privately, but the first thing I'm going to do is remove the car tag, because you might not want the car tag on there. If you're just looking for a design, you might not want the car tag. So I'm just going to delete the car tag, save this as rainbow flowers. There's rainbow flowers. I'll save it. It has an extra period in there, but that's all right. It's all right. And now I'll put it as original. It's not really realistic. The flowers are more cartoony, but they're flowers. Now I'm going to put my thing back and just go in enough that it knows that I've used the tag. I'm saving it on my original private design. So the Forza liveries are the default file that it just puts there. So now I've got a public one and a private one. Now let's go drive it and do some stuff with it. So I'm going to take a look on my chat. My Discord is open, in case you are wondering. It's GrannyHandicap on 803641. Oh, I can take a picture of him. Ooh, how fortunate for me. He happens to be coming in the same place, so I'll just take a photo of him. Okay, that's a Formula Drift. Wow. Okay. All right. Of course, it's not going to do for the promo, but it will do for Horizon promo. But as far as the weekly, I have to go to the mast on Glen Rannoch. So that means I have to go up to Glen Rannoch. So I'm gonna go up here. I've got to find the mast. I don't know where it is. But we'll have the adventure of looking for it, won't we? I have my stream open on Twitch. My chat is open, and let me see. I should have a way to Let's see. Is my live stream going? Let me do this. Just checking to make sure my stream is doing what it's supposed to. And my chat. Users in chat. Oh, Lafraling. Hello, Lafraling. Good to have you with us. And we are driving the rainbow and flower in G. Whee! Oops. Boy, the back end sure came up when I hit that car. Wow. Now I need to put some skills on this car, so I'm going to do that first. Topiary completed, so I will view the challenges. I earned a landscaping skill. Now I need to open up the throttle and earn a total of 9 stars from speed zones. That's a tall order. I'm going to take a look in the Force-a-thon shop. Ooh. Okay, 2 epic cars. Wow. I've already bought the GMC Typhoon. So I'm going to buy this, but I don't have enough Force-a-thon points. I can get the clock tower car horn though. So I'll get that, and I'll worry about the points for the car later that I don't have. Good. So the Apollo Intensa Emozioni. Intensa emozioni. And my Italian friend would probably be laughing right now at my pronunciation of Italian. It's pitiful, but I took German in school. What can I say? All right, so I need to earn speed zones. Well, I need to be working on speed zones anyway, so that's fine, that's fine. I've got the first 3 dailies completed. So, now I need to see the festival playlist to know what the, friends in high places. Take a photo of your car with another player or Dravatar at the Glen Rannoch mast. So I need to go to the Glen Rannoch mast. So I don't know where it is. Glen Rannoch is a big place, but if I go over here, that's where the label is on the map anyway. All right, I'm gonna fast travel over there. Excuse my voice. I have had a virus of some sort for the last week. I went and got my allergy shots today, and so that will help me. Hello. Yeah. You're sweet. And now I'm going to look for the radio tower on Glen Rannoch. So we're just going to go around, and I haven't added any skills to my car. That's the other thing I was going to do. Hi, I have skill points.
Corey.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. I almost sat on her.
She's under the covers. I love it when cats burrow.
She was completely covered up, and I almost sat on the poor baby.
Another episode of When Cats Burrow. The mystery of cats and how they love to hide under covers in dark places. Just waiting for you to sit on them. Ah!
And Corinne, her sister does that too sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That's Lila. That's Corrine. Lila is Maggie's cat.
I don't know.
Corrine is my cat.
I don't know if they can see them.
They can see them. They can see some of it anyway. You can see this little square here, this little rectangle. That is what they can see. So they can see Corrine. They don't see you so well, but yeah. So they can see a little bit. It's a tiny picture-in-picture, so yeah, it's... She does that. Yay, I can get extra life.
Like, oh, you're out, finally. Let me like this. You need my scent on you. You washed your scent off.
Yeah. Yeah. then I'm going to do a wheel spin. I want the six-wheeler. I want the Mercedes six-wheeler because I'll probably never get it from Top Gear. 170,000 will help towards that goal, but I really would like to just win the car.
And just buy it off of the rare auctions section.
Well, I'll have to have about 10 mil to do that. Oh, I got an RS4 Avant. Cars I don't have, that's good, but I want the six-wheeler. And I get 2,000 credits. Let's see, I have one more chance. Will I get the six-wheeler? I got black skinny jeans, which I will never wear. Ah, okay. Well, and I'm going to get the other skills on this car.
Why do people feel the need to wear jeans molded to their legs? I mean, come on, man.
The fashion industry is run by men. Sorry, my feminist side is coming out, but it's true. It's true. They want to dress us like we're I don't want to say it, but I don't like to dress that way. I never did. When I was young, I still liked to wear things with sleeves, and I like to be covered up. I don't like that kind of attention.
It's constricting your legs and reducing your blood flow. That is not good in any shape, form, or fashion.
Yeah, you can get blood clots. Did you know that? Driving in a car for 4 hours, if you're a passenger or a driver, you are risking blood clots. I had a DVT, which nearly killed me. I don't recommend it. They had to give me an IV of potassium, and even though the nurse was kind enough to dilute it with sterile water, it was still very painful going in. And I had to have shots in the belly. I don't recommend that. So get out of the car and walk every hour. Don't drive straight through, because it doesn't just happen on airline trips.
And it can also happen at home. Get up every hour, walk for at least 10 to 15 minutes. You don't do that, that runs your risk of getting a blood clot in your leg. It skyrockets.
10 to 15 minutes, but I can't walk for that long.
Or was it one?
I thought it was just getting up. Just get up and walk.
Just get up and walk.
Yeah, however far you can make it, but
However many minutes you can stand to walk for, 15 max if you can walk for that long, and just 1 minute at minimum.
Yeah, because you need to get up and walk every hour, and that goes double for us gamers. We get engrossed in our games and we don't want to quit. But I'm telling you, you don't want blood clots.
Sitting cross-legged, that's another way to get one. Don't sit cross-legged, and if you're seeing the way my leg is, I shouldn't be doing this, because that's another good way to get a DVT. If you gotta sit anywhere, keep your legs straight out and do not cross them. Blocking any blood vessels, no matter how small, will cause you to form blood clots, and those blood clots can go up to your lungs or your brain.
Yeah.
If it goes into your brain, you'll have either a stroke or an aneurysm. If it goes into your lungs, it could
immediately kill you. Usually, if a blood clot breaks off and goes to your lung, you're dead before anybody can even call an ambulance. It is that fast. That's what happened to Chrissy's brother.
Really?
Yeah, DVT.
Oh, gosh.
It went to the lung, and he was dead before anybody knew he was, they thought he was just taking a nap. Horrible. So please remember that. When I am in bed, I stretch my legs. I pull them up. I don't know if you can see this on the video, but I pull my toes back towards my shin, and I lift the leg. It's a little painful, but then I hold it for a few seconds, and then I go down. So the total count is 12. And that is what you should do if you are sitting for a long period of time, or if you're in bed for a long period of time other than your 8-hour sleep. You need to move around. It's also a good idea to rotate your shoulders, rotate your elbows. Yeah, this looks funny. Go ahead and laugh. And rotate your wrists.
No, I'm laughing because you freaked out the cat.
Oh, did I freak you out?
She immediately looked at your rotating wrist and her eyes went huge. She was like, I'm out of here.
Cats don't like change. They get freaked out. But seriously, you know, if you're holding on to your controller for hours at a time, you want to, you know, you don't want to get carpal tunnel from gaming. So, you know, give your wrists a break every few minutes. So we didn't mean to get on this conversation about tight clothing, but yeah, tight clothing can kill you, ladies. So it can kill you too, gentlemen, so be careful.
Yeah.
You want loose, comfortable clothes. You don't want anything that restricts you like that.
Have you seen the water bottle?
I have not. I have my water bottle. I'm going to drink some. Yay.
Yeah, I emptied my water bottle last night and need to refill it.
Yeah.
Stay hydrated. Keep one of these by you at all times and drink at least 10 cups of water a day. You'll feel a whole lot better. I forget and I get,
yeah.
It feels worse when I don't drink. So
yeah.
drink lots of water. Stay hydrated.
She's handicapped too. So remember, if you're handicapped and you're not as active as a normal person, you need more water than a person who is physically active.
Lila sneezed. She buried her nose in her sister's butt and sneezed.
Cats are weird.
That caused her sister to jump forward and go, what the hell is that?
Cats are weird. The secret life of cats is very weird. Anyway, you shouldn't mention that part of her though on this show. It is E for everyone, right? Yeah. Yeah, apologize. Grovel on your hands and knees. Wait a minute. Anyway. All right, I have put car mastery on my car. I am ready to look for the mast. So, cool. I got a car collector reward. Yay! I just got the Explorer icon on my gamer tag. I'm very proud of that. I worked very hard for it. I collected a number of cars, did a bunch of barn finds, and explored regions of the map. Got all the, I discovered every road in the main and also in Lego and in, whoops, uh-oh, lost my skill chain, but, yeah. So this mask is probably at the top. So, I'm gonna go up here and see if I can find it. It's probably at the tallest peak of Glenrana. So, Glenrana, I'm going to the top. And don't expect me to trill R's when I'm doing the fake Scottish accent. That's why it doesn't sound very authentic. Because I can't trill R's. Oh, look. Is that it? Oh, and there's somebody already there. Lovely. Let's take a picture. Oh, let's get down here. All right. Oh, he's getting out of there. But I got him anyway. I'm gonna pull up. And there we are. All right. Photo contains your car, another player, and the Glenrana mast. And that's it. Yay! All right. Cool. This is a James Bond car, too. Let's save it. Glenranach, Glenralach, Och, Glenranach, Mast, well, Glenranach Mas. Supposed to be mast, but well, there wasn't enough room. Scenery. Share. All right. Well, it's not the golden hour, but anyway, we got the picture. Oh, sorry whoever you were that didn't want to be in the picture. You were in the picture anyway. And my spring task for photos is done. Whee! Okay. Whee! Ah! I'm holding onto the wheel for dear life. Ah! I've broken my neck like 3 times. Whew. Be careful when you're driving up mountains. You don't want to do this, what I'm about to do. Whee! I'm in a hurry to get down off the mountain, so I'm going to just get down. Woo! And get some skill points while I'm at it. Ibizu style. Woohoo! Yay! Rip, burnout. Whoa! Oh! Wow, drift tap? That cannon is a drift tap? Wow! I don't see how, but I'll take it. Okay. Yeah. I'm making enough points for another car. In the meantime, alright, so what do we need to do? I'm glad I put extra life in this car. Whee! Great way to get abilities for your car. Just drive over the countryside, no matter what car it is, even if it's a sports car and not meant for off-road, you will get lots and lots of skill points. Just a little side note there. Anyway, so I'm going to check the list and see what else we need to do. Oh yeah, open up the throttle and earn a total of 9 stars from speed zones. So we're going to look at maps, and we're going to try to better my performance on speed zones. So I'm going to turn everything off except PR stunt challenges and speed zones. Alright, now the map is clear except for speed zones, and there are a lot of them that I have not got 3 stars. So we are near this one. So let's do it. I'll get up a little bit. Okay. Alright, let's see what I can do in my little sports car. I don't know if I'll be winning any speed records, that's for sure, but I can try. I can try. Now let's look at the map again. And I need to be going south. Oh, it would help if I actually went into the map. All right. Okay. Now I won't get lost, which I am famous for. Okay. Alright, let's go. And don't chew up fences. This is a speed thing. It's a speed zone, so I don't want to hit anything while I'm on the way to it or in it. Tall order. Okay, we are starting the speed zone now. Oh, nope. Can't get any speed up if you hit fences. That's a player. He's ghosted. Alright, let's get up here. Whoop. Okay. Alright.
You have arrived at your
100
destination.
kilometers an hour.
Turn around when it
I
is
need
safe to do so.
150 kilometers an hour. Okay. So, I need 150 kilometers an hour. Okay. So, I need to go a lot faster. Whew. Right. Need to drive it like it's a James Bond car. Whew. Oh no. No. Failed. That e-brake is a double-edged sword. It can it can stay in the zone, or it can go way outside of the zone, and then you are not getting your points. Just right outside my house. Wow. Okay, I need to go back up and start over again. Okay, so here we go. Woo! Whoa! Go off the road. Don't go off the road. Don't hit the fences. Come on, Granny. Keep it in there. Keep it on there. Whoa!
You have arrived at your destination.
106. That's not enough. No, 106 is not enough. I need 150. Alright. Woo! James Bond car. Whee! Alright. You know what? I messed up. This is a James Bond car. I should have put my whiskers design. Whoop. Oh, no. You're out of bounds. I went out of bounds. I was trying every way in the world to slow that car down. Once a car gets up to speed, physics happens. Oh, Curly. Hello, Curly. Let's get your picture. You have a little camera over your car, which means I haven't taken a picture of it yet. Ooh. All right, let's get it. Buick Regal. Okay. My mother liked Buicks. Yeah, she had two. She named them Big Sam and Big Sam 2. They were Buick LeSabres. Alright, I need to come back up. So I'm going to go through here. Hello. Sorry about your fence. Alright. Oh, that was my fence. That was Cropdale Farm. Oh, that was my fence. Wow. Alright. Let's get this. Oh, you know what? I'm not in the zone. Let's get in the zone, shall we? Let's get in the zone. Mamma mia. Okay. Oh. Bad news. Let's just rewind this. That's just horrible. Okay, don't hit the rocks. I already knocked down one of the cameras. That's probably not a good thing to do when you're trying to do a speed zone. This won't do. I need 150.
You have arrived at your destination.
How in the world do you get 150 on that thing? 150, huh? Okay, 150. Need 150. Whoa. All right. 150. 150. Oh, ho, ho. I'm still in the zone. I'm still in the zone. I'm still in the zone. I need 150. How in the world do you do
You
it?
have arrived at your destination.
Oh, 91. Whew. All right. Well,
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
all right, let's try another one. That one is just... Okay. Well, if I keep going, there's another one. So I'll mark it. No, I'll mark it. Yes. Okay. All right. Let's do the second one. All right. Don't hit anything. Oh. Careful. Careful. Whoop. Whoop. Earlier I said I messed up on this car. I have a little timeless design with a men's tuxedo, and I should have put it on this car to signify it's a James Bond car. My name is Bond.
You have arrived at your destination.
98. Only 1 star. I got to get at least 2 stars on this. So, oh, Forzathon
Okay,
Live. Drop
Setting your route to
everything.
Forzathon Live now.
Forzathon
Turn around when it is
Live.
safe to do so.
Whee! I need more points so I can afford my car for this season. So yeah, I'm going to Forzathon Live. Whee! Woohoo! Flying car! It's living up to its reputation as a James Bond car. Yes, indeed. Okay. Here we go.
In 400 meters, turn left.
Okay. Well, let's turn left beforehand. Whee! Right. Still counting up. Woohoo! Woohoo! Oh, I lost my skill chain. That's the danger when it's still counting up. If you lose your skill chain and it hasn't counted up yet, then all that's for nothing. It doesn't count. So you've got to be careful of your skill chains. You don't want to hit an obstacle twice. And if you hit a car. It's an NPC. That counts as one of those obstacles. It's just like hitting the immovable fence. It will knock your skill chain right off the top. So, and bridge abutments, no doubt about that too.
400 meters.
Trees,
Turn left.
bridge abutments, and other things like the immovable fences.
Turn left.
Whee! Let's go to Fort Flip Farm. Let's all go to Fort
200
Flip Farm.
meters.
Let's all
Turn
go to
left.
Fort Flip Farm. Let's all go to Fort
Turn
Flip
left.
Farm and get some horses on points. Force-a-thon has 3 rounds. 1, 2, 3. Force-a-thon has 3 rounds. 1, 2, 3 for you and me.
In 400 meters. Turn left.
All right. Whee! Actually, anywhere in the circle is good.
Turn
So I
left.
can just go straight.
Forza-thon Live will begin soon. Good luck. Turn around.
Somebody's
when
already
it is
there.
safe to do so.
Whee! Woohoo!
You have arrived at your destination.
All right. I'm going to take down some trees and bushes and get some destro points, and all while I'm waiting. I always maximize my time. But I shouldn't be so busy. I should say hi. Hi! And whee! So that I'm not just a silent stranger. It may not matter worth a hill of beans to this person whether I say hi or not, but it might just make his day. You never know how somebody's going to react to you saying hi.
4, 3,
3,
2,
2,
1,
1,
go!
go!
Round one,
Yay!
started.
Where do we go? Speed trap. Oh boy, speed trap. I usually
Turn
do
around
pretty well on
when it is
these.
safe to do so.
All right, where am I going? Oh, I'm going this way. This way, uphill, and that. Okay. Whoop. Let's go this way. Skeletons of houses. I wonder if they had a little mining
In 100
town
meters, turn right.
here at one time.
In 100 meters, turn sharp left.
Woo! Okay, speed trap. Alright. I'll just do a 180, and, well, that was more like a 360. Do it again. Start all over again. Whoa. I do maximum speed on this, and I'm skidding all over the place. But there we go. 913 group progress. Let's do that. In Force-a-thon Live, it's the group average that counts, and some people go way, way back and try to get the best speed. Other people like me just try to go through it as many times as you can. I'm not going to break any speed records in this car. So I think my best tactic is to just do the short run as many times as possible, as fast as possible, and go from there. Whoop. The important thing is that we get the maximum points. And of course, if you go way, way back and speed up way, way much, you get more kilometers per hour or miles per hour per run. But the more times you go through, the more speed is added to the total. So it's 6 to 1, half a dozen of the other. But for this particular car, I'm deciding to just take the short run and do it as many times as I can in the time allotted, and not get stuck on the rocks if I can help it. Because definitely you can be stuck on the rocks for the whole time. And the thing about Forzathon Live is it only lasts for 15 minutes. So if you spend 15 minutes trying to get that group total on the first round, you're not going to make it to round 2 and round 3. So it is very important to do this as quickly as possible. So whether you take the short run for the big numbers, or whether you take the short run multiple times to get more in faster, is immaterial. What matters is that you get that total quickly so that you can move on to round 2. And we did. Right. Now we're going to the speed zone. So let's turn around and go this way. Whee!
In 400 meters, turn right. Turn
Taking a
left.
bit of a shortcut, but
Recalculating
taking a
route.
shortcut through the woods is risky. You might take more time to get there instead of left. So just know that that's what I'm doing. I'm taking a risk to try to get there quickly, but it may not work. So remember that. You want to get there as quickly as possible so you can go through this more times. And we only have
Turn
10
around
minutes.
when it is safe to do so.
So I need to turn down and go back. Yeah. Okay. And off we go. And you want to be really sure you're not running off the road. Because if you get almost to the end and run off the road at the last minute, like I tend to do, it doesn't help your team very much at all. So I'm trying very hard not to run off the road and to finish. There we go. Now, let's go. And on speed zones, you can do a run up to get more speed, but I find that it doesn't make a whole lot of difference at the end, because it's the speed you maintain through the entire zone that counts. So your kilometers per hour or miles per hour is going to be an average of the time you spend in the zone. It's the average speed that you go while in it. So you can help that by going as fast as possible, but if you lose it on a curve and you get out of the zone and fail it, you haven't helped your team. So it's a fine line between how fast you think you can finish this thing in and will I lose control of the car, which is a very bad thing. And also, if you skid, you lose speed. Every time you're on the grass, you're losing speed. So and I missed it. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. I gotta get between the gates. There we go. Looks like my buddy took down one of the cameras. It's okay. It's okay. It's all okay as long as there's one standing. And if you knock down both of them, they will regenerate. So it's not a big deal. If you knock down a camera, don't feel guilty. The game will reset it eventually. Woo. All right. Here we go. Got it, got it! All right.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Oh, what am I doing to them? We need more people. We don't have, there's just 2 of us. Wow. I wonder if somebody gave up. Oh, hope not. Hope not. You'll probably see me skidding all over the place and she'll never do it. Maybe not, maybe. It's just that Mom called him to dinner or something. But I don't see anybody else doing this but me. This is terrible. Oh. Okay. Looks like it's up to me, myself, and I to finish round 2. I think our other person, for whatever reason, maybe internet interruption. There's 10 million reasons why somebody might have to stop in the middle of an activity, but nobody wants to end Force-a-thon early. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Oh, I wish I had someone else to help me with this, but I have done a round of Force-a-thon by myself, and I'm not scared of it. I won't give up. You know, a lot of people, they'll say, oh, I'm the only one doing this, I might as well quit. Well, I have finished a round and gotten 20 Force-a-thon points despite being the only one doing the activity. It is possible. So don't give up, folks. Even if it looks hopeless, it may not be. Yes, these things are designed for group progress, but if you're the only one doing it, that's fine, just do it. 5 minutes remaining. I have 5 minutes to get this total. Oh, not doing too well. Well, I'm trying though. I'm in here doing it anyway. I'm not going to give up. Again. Okay. My strategy is short and sure. I'm going to make absolutely sure not to go out of the zone so I can get the maximum kilometers per hour. Need to redo that and not hit the tree this time. Alright. Come on, Miss Thumb. Don't do me bad here, girl. Oh, failed? What? How'd I fail it? Well. Just run it again. Okay. I don't know why it failed last time, but if it fails, you gotta just do it again. Okay, I probably ran too far out of the zone or something. That's possible. It's always possible. Alright. So, we're down to the wire here. It's up to me, myself, and I. Oh, 3 minutes. Wow. And I need to make absolutely sure I don't run out of the zone again. Oh, so it counts. Oh, come on. Oh. Get there, get there, get there. Oh. Alright. Alright. Okay. Whew. It may be hopeless, but I don't care. I'm going to do it until the time runs out. If I make it, I make it. If I don't make it, it's alright. There will be other 4 seasons. I've got 20 points in the bag, regardless. But I might have 40 points in the bag if I can make this. So, here we go. Alright. Ooh. Let's get back in the zone. Back in the zone. Alright. Okay. Woo. Okay. I'm trying the best I can. Woo. Oh. Ah! Almost there and I failed it. I hate that. It's doing pretty good and I went out of bounds at the last minute. That's how it happens a lot for me. My thumb gets tired during the end and I lose control. Oh gosh. I'm not going to make it. But I'm going to still give it the old college try. Oh. Oh. See if I can make it through one more time. Oh. Okay. At the very least, I might get another star on this thing. If I can keep it together. Not at 149, though.
Round 2. Fail.
Okay, well, I got 20 points, you know, I can't complain about that. We tried and we tried, and we failed and we failed, but at least we tried. That's the way I look at it. All right, I need to get 3 stars on these things. So there's one back here that I've only got 3 stars on, and there's one over here that I've only got, I've got 2 stars on each of them. I've got 2 stars on a lot of them. So, it's a good thing to try these again and again and see if I can get better. So, I think I'll start with this one. This one, I want to get that. So I'm going to fast travel there and see if I can get 1 star on that. It's not a speed zone, it's a speed trap, 1 camera. But it is one of the things for the seasons. So I can go through there, then I can go to the next speed zone, which is probably on the same road. So, Where's my thing? Well, well, need to turn around, I guess, because it's down here. All right.
Turn around.
Let's go
when it
south,
is
shall
safe
we?
to do so.
Okay, it's safe. I'm turning around now. It's so funny, it says, turn around when it's safe to do so, like all GPSs do. In this game, there's no such thing as safe. Just my opinion. Especially the way I drive. Granny's behind the wheel again. Trying to build up speed, and that means not hitting anything, Granny. Not hitting fences or NPCs or other immovable objects like trees. Yeah, you don't want to hit those things if you want to go fast. So, I'm trying. I'm very trying. Okay. Oh. Alright. Now. Oh. Alright. Back on the road. You get the best speed if you're going for pure speed. You get the best speed on the road, not off-road. The minute your tire touches the grass, you are slowing down. And if you're mowing down a fence, you're slowing down a lot. So you don't want to do that. You want to stay on the road for the maximum speed. And here I go.
You've arrived at your destination.
166. Still 2 stars. Oh. Man, these are tough. These are really tough. Oh. Nice little picnic area. Whoops. We'll be back in 5 minutes, don't worry. The program will reset. I'm getting lots of skill points, but not really doing what I intended. Whee! I can't resist it. Woohoo! Alright. Okay. Whee! Hello, folks. Quiet little apartment complex in the country. Point. Not quiet anymore. Not with GrannyHandicap around. Oh. Alright. Well. Alright. Let's see where the speed zones are. Whew. I'm gonna have a drink of water. Keep my whistle wet. Very refreshing. Okay. So, what should I do next? I'm moving the mouse and expecting it to move. It's on the Xbox. It's on the Xbox, Granny. It's not gonna move. Okay. Now, I'll go over here. Fast travel here. Fast travel here. Fast travel there. And by the way, you may have noticed that I don't have anything for my fast travel because I found all of the fast travel signs in the main expansion, in the main game. So if you do that, you get free travel. You can fast travel anywhere if you have the right house, which I do. There's one of the houses that if you buy it, you can fast travel anywhere.
You have
And
arrived at your
if you've
destination.
got all the fast travel signs broken, you can do it for free. So that's how GrannyHandicap gets free fast travel. You can do it too. Some of those signs were really hard to get, especially the ones that were on top of houses and cliffs and other places, but I got them. Excuse me. Okay. Now, where is the sign? There's one up here that I ought to try again, because it is one of the seasonal things. So I'm going to come through here and try it and see if I can do it. I failed it. Oh. Whee! Let's grapple down the river. Alright. Let's come up here and try it again. Woo! We got the trash cans. Yeah. Alright. Okay. Come around the corner on 2 wheels and whee! Whoa, not too far. Here we go. It's not counting up. Why? Why? Did I come in from the wrong end? Sorry, people in the houses. Just having a little fun, not needing to interrupt the telly. Okay. There's this crazy woman in this James Bond car, and she's screeching down the road, and she's disturbing our telly. Yep, that's me. GrannyHandicap telly disturber. Disturbing the peace in every way possible because it's a video game. It's like the it's their excuse. Because it's there. Really. It's hard to keep your speed up if you keep running off the road and hitting fences. That's why it's probably not good to just push the accelerator as far as it will go. Just saying. I forget I have brakes sometimes. What? You mean normal people don't forget that there's brakes? Okay. Oh, there's this one. This one is very hard to get an extra star on because you're breaking your trying to get going. Oh no, don't do this to me. Don't. Ah. All right. Always press Y twice. Oh. Okay. My speed is steadily going down because I was standing still. Oh. If you want to swing the back end out, hit the E-brake. Just be careful not to hold it down too long or you will spin 360 degrees, which will not help you. Just to let you know. And if you go too far, you fail. I failed. But I'm going to try it again. Alright, why is it that I tend to turn the wrong way when I'm backing up? Well, you know, it works backwards when you're backing up. Yeah, steering works backwards when you're backing up. Oh, no, I failed. Alright, let's try it again. Whoa, I need to learn to do a 180 in this car. It's a little different than my other cars. It's a longer car. Oh. Alright, let's go. Yeah, come on. No, don't do that. No, I should have hit the Y a lot sooner. And then I could have salvaged it, but it's failed. So I need to go back in. But I can practice on the way up. Right. Alright. Woo. He's got the idea. He's sliding around the curve. Drifting around the curve is the term. Oh. And I already failed. Okay. I held it too long. That's why I got a 360 instead of a 180. Right. Ooh. I'm still in. I'm still in. Ah! I'm not still in. It's alright. I'll try it again. Alright. Try it again.
You have arrived at your destination.
Alright. That's not a personal best. 20 kilometers more. 20 kilometers more. Oh. Hello. Can I take your picture? Cool. Come here and I'll take your picture. All right. Oh, come on. Yeah. Most Miata. Okay. Yes, I do. All right. Speed zones. Woo! And the speed zone, trying to beat my personal best. Speed zone. Drifting around the curves like this car is glued to the street speed zones. Woo! Going to the speed zone, trying to better my best. Speed zone. La 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 la.
You have arrived at your destination.
Only 87. I need... How much? How much do I need? Every speed zone has what you need. My personal best is 105. I need 112. Really 113 kilometers an hour. So 113 is my goal. So if I know that, then I'm going to try to stick to 113 all the way through the speed zone with all the curves. So, let's see. 113. Oh, I can't. Oh, that's bad. Well, let's go back up here and start again. All right, I need 113. That's better. I'm learning how to do 180s in this car. Oh, you can't cut the curve. You just can't cut the curve. You've got to follow the road enough that you are okay. So really, drifting is a skill that you need in this speed zone. Definitely. Oh. Oh. And I failed. I failed miserably several times. Okay. That's not what I need. I need to master that. Not running out of the speed zone like I just did, but I need to master staying in the zone. Alright. I need to nose her in enough that I stay on the road. So, here we go. I'm getting better at the 180s. And that will help me. Nose it in, nose it in. Oh, just, don't do that. Just don't. All right, so I'm going to have to skitter around, but that's too much. That's too much. But knowing what's too much and knowing what's not enough is the trick to the whole thing. Oh, I failed. But that's okay. I'm just trying to see how to do this. So I'm analyzing it as I go around these curves. And I need to really nose it in, because if I go out that far, I'm going to be out of bounds. So I gotta really make sure the car toes the line. Okay. There's somebody who's been cycling. Barrel roll. Alright, so I need to really nose it in, swing that vacuum around without going out of bounds. Oh, you wanted to go that way, didn't you? Poor cyclist. Okay. Alright, so let's try again. Every time around, this is a learning experience. Okay. Oh, and I'm still in the zone. Wow. I'm still in the zone. Yeah. Alright. Oh, failed. I need to go way back to the beginning. and I can't. So I'll just come down here and start at the bottom. Gotta start somewhere. Starting at the bottom. There we go. Oh, and it's not turning. I must have failed it. Oh, and that was too much. All right. Oh. Okay. Oh, oh, still in, still in. Okay. Oh, shit. Oh, still reached 186. Good. All right. Let's come up here and try it again. All right. I need 150. How in the world? How did you get 150 on this? Man. Oh, oh. How do you take that curve faster without losing control? People who drift could tell me. Drifters know how to do that. I'm learning to drift, but I've got a long way to go. Long way to go as far as being able to do it. You're supposed to just hold down the accelerator and just swing the back way. Failed because I didn't go around the curve. And that's too far. That would be out of bounds. Right then and there. So how do you do this? How do you do it? I wonder. When I know how to answer this question, I'll be able to do better on all the speed zones. Now this is saying follow that curve around. Oh, and I've already failed, even before hitting that curve. So I need to, every car's different too. You gotta learn to drift in every car. And of course that was a bad move. But okay. There we go. 180. Almost hit the NPC, but not quite. Okay. Oh. Failed. Because I came out too far. Let's go down and start from this end. Are we really? We need to. I need to just go a different way entirely. Okay. Whoa! Blam! People in the house. Quit interrupting my telly! I'm trying to watch the telly! Don't make loud noises! Barbarian! Okay. Well. Okay. I'm going to give it one more try. I've probably given it too many tries already, but I'm trying to get through here as quickly as possible. Swing the end around. Oh, that's not going to do. 80 will not do. I have to have 150. And I just turned over. Really? And I still did it. Okay. I still did it. Ooh. I pulled it off that time.
You have arrived at your destination.
But 77 is only 2 stars. Wow. How do they do it? I would probably need to watch some videos of other people doing this and see how they do it. Because I'm not doing it on my own. Definitely not. If they start talking about you have to use the clutch, I don't think I can use the clutch on this game. I may try it again. I may fix up a car as a clutch car and practice with it. But as far as tonight, I'm tired. My trip to the doctor's office, the allergist office, to get my allergy shots really wore me out. When you get to be 62, everything wears you out. You may know an energetic, high-energy 62-year-old who doesn't fit my constraints, but then not everybody's handicapped at 62. I've been handicapped since childhood, so it is a little different perspective from my seat here on the bed. So your mileage may vary. When you're 62, you might be active and running marathons like some 62 years olds I've read about. You might see that on the news because the news is what's unusual. There aren't many 60s and 70s that can run marathons anymore. And there may have been an 80s something that did that. I admire people like that, but I think about the Olympics. There are many, many young people who have talent and try for the Olympics and don't make it. The Olympics is the cream of the cream of the crop, and very few people make it there. And there are handicapped people who used to be in a wheelchair, who beat the wheelchair and they're able to walk, and I applaud them. But not all handicapped people can do Olympic-type things. So if you know somebody who's an exception to the rule, don't think that just because they did it, everybody can do it, because that's not true. And there are a lot of handicapped people that try to. So be careful before you say, oh, anybody could do that. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. So I'm out here trying to promote understanding of handicapped people. A lot of times the spots you see on television, the public service announcements,
when it is safe to do so.
You'll see people doing extraordinary things. And I'm not saying that people with handicaps can't do extraordinary things. We're all different. Some of us can do outstanding things, that would be outstanding by any measure, whether it's against other handicapped people or against normal people. And to those people, I say congratulations. I'm very glad you were able to do it. But a lot of people with extraordinary abilities will say, yeah, other people could do this too. And it's not really true. They believe it to be true. But sometimes a person is so modest, they don't realize that their skills are extraordinary. I have a friend who is excellent at keeping schedules. She can tell you exactly how much time it takes to get around Ringgold. And I'm just in awe of her because I can't do that. And I've been, I used to take buses. I used to have to pay close attention to how long it takes to get here and there, and whether I would have time enough to get the train from the bus. I mean, I did some pretty complicated route planning in my daily life to try to get to the doctor on time. And I can tell you that, I thought of myself as an expert at getting there on time, but this lady takes the cake. I could not tell you how long it takes to get to my allergist from my house without looking it up on Google Maps. So, she's got it right on the top of her head. And, she's a disabled person. So we all differ in our abilities. If you're talking about normal people, the range of normal is incredibly wide. So there are a lot of abilities that really, we call talents or abilities that are extraordinary. But really, when it comes down to it, it's basically what particular situation you've got, the circumstances under which you are operating, and how well you have learned from past experience. And I've got a lot of past experience with being on time, but that doesn't make me a scheduling expert like my friend. So you have to consider that everybody, if you've got a special talent, not everybody is going to have that special talent. And something that you may consider just an ordinary ability might to someone else be a special talent. So beware of saying, oh, anybody could do this. So maybe they can, maybe they can't. So I'm bad about that on this live stream of saying, you can do this too. Well, I'm saying that with a grain of salt. I'm saying, maybe you can do it too if your doctor says it's an okay thing to do, and if you feel that that's something that you can comfortably do. Because you have to look at your own limits. You can't go by what other people say your limits are. And I think most handicapped people have this particular trial, that you've got other people telling you, oh, you can do this, you're just lazy. I don't think anybody's lazy. I think that people have handicaps, people have limitations in what they can do. Some people can go to the Olympics, and some people have to just settle for not going to the Olympics. And it's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign that you're just not trying hard enough. If you're doing your best and you can't do what somebody says you should be able to do, then maybe they're wrong. You gotta look at what you know you can do. And I think everybody should try to do their best. You know, if you're not trying to do your best, if you're just giving up, you may be depressed, not lazy. You know, if you try and try and try and fail so many times, it is depressing, and some people will give up. I don't see that as a moral failure. I see that as something that maybe they need a mental health professional in their lives. You know, it's so quick to make these snap judgments of people. And it's easy, even a parent, for your children, you can have expectations that are too high if you don't realize that they have a severe problem that needs a professional to look at. And you don't want to believe that anything's wrong with your baby anyway. So you've got denial as a function of grief that interferes with finding out, you know, what's real. Asking someone outside to look in to help you decide, you know, is this a problem? There's nothing wrong with getting outside help. And especially if you're a parent and you suspect there's something wrong with your child, you do need to take them in and let a professional look at them. Now, if the professional says, well, there's nothing wrong, and maybe you get a second opinion and they say it's nothing wrong, then maybe you do have to face the truth that you're seeing something that's not there. But the majority of the time, I think, a parent is going to notice a problem with their child before anyone else does. And if you've got a professional that says, yes, there is a problem, you should listen to them. Nobody wants to have a handicapped child. But if you've got a handicapped child, you've got to quit denying and work on what's best for that child, because childhood is fleeting. You know, you can maybe minimize a disability by quick action. So, you know, don't be so caught up in the denial about your child or your loved one or your elderly parent or whoever has the disability. You know, disabilities can happen at any age. They can happen suddenly or gradually. They can be hard to diagnose. You know, I had a lot of doctors say, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. They were wrong, but, you know, you need to search for your answers. If you know something's wrong, you need to find a professional who is going to help you to figure out how bad it is and what you're going to do about it. No matter what it is, whether it is something that can be treated, like early cancer, or something that can be minimized, like spinal damage, you know,
at the roundabout,
sports injuries. You know, you need to listen to the person, and if they're saying they can't function, you know, what's their personality like? Are they prone to give up, or are they prone to fight for what they want? If you've got a fighter saying they can't do it, then you need to listen to them. If you've got somebody who's given up, you don't want to assume they're lazy. Maybe they're depressed. So, you know, there are reasons for human behavior. And a lot of times, it's not listening to the person that results in things being worse than they need to be. My first husband had knee surgery. And he was a very good high school football player. In fact, scouts were looking at him. He had a good shot at the pros, but then he got this knee injury. And his parents didn't believe that it was that bad. They made him get up and get his own food. When they were serving supper, they didn't let him rest. He ended up re-injuring the knee and having to have a second surgery, which totally ended any aspirations he had for going into pro football. Now, this is a big deal. You know, those parents were really, you know, that was bordering on abuse because they weren't following the instructions that the doctor was giving. And it ruined his career aspirations. He was able to do other things, but you know, when you have a dream like that and it's dashed to bits because somebody is not willing to let you rest for a couple of weeks, good grief. You know. So there's that too. But handicapped people need a voice. They need to be listened to. And most handicapped people that I've met are really overachievers and are not likely to give up and are not likely to admit that they're handicapped.
In 400 meters,
denial is a powerful thing, and it is a force to be reckoned with. So, you know, you want to listen to people and try to consider that there might be reasons for if they're not appearing to give their all. Maybe there's reason for that too. It is so easy to criminalize the disabled and say, oh, they're all lazy and they just want to leech off the government. I used to have to spend a lot of time in the Social Security office. I was going to answer him, and I hit the wrong button. Yeah! Ooh, I've got to get back in the circle.
200 meters. Turn sharp left.
Get these speed trap.
Turn
Cool.
around when it is
Right,
safe
let's
to do
go.
so.
Oh good, there's a couple more people this time. Where's the right way? Here we go. Come on, man, let's go. Let's go. Woo! All right. So, you know, before you assume that somebody on disability is lazy or they're just wanting to leech off the government or, you know, any number of things, think about, do you know somebody who's on disability? Do you know somebody you think is committing fraud? If you think they're committing fraud, there's an 800 number you can call and have it investigated. But be careful before you subject somebody to that kind of scrutiny, because people have been thrown out of their apartments who were really disabled, and because somebody thought that they were doing something that proves they're not disabled. One person's doctor told him, oh, you should garden, it will help you. So he was out gardening. The neighbor took a video of him gardening and said, he's not disabled, he can garden. was under doctor's orders, and she didn't watch him very closely because she would have noticed that he didn't stay out there long. People who are disabled can do normal things for short periods. So this poor fella ended up losing his place to live and becoming homeless because Social Security cut off for a few
Turn
months
around when it is
until
safe to
he
do
was
so.
able to prove his case and prove that he was indeed disabled. By that time, he had lost everything he had, and here he is. Social Security didn't even give him back
Round one
payments for
complete.
the time
Get to round 2.
that he was under scrutiny. Social Security is supposed to be there when you get disabled so that you can survive. Because if you're not able to work consistently and pull a paycheck, your income suffers, and you may not be able to find a place to live. Government programs that help people have been cut steadily over the years. So assistance that used to be there is not there now. So the homeless population is growing by leaps and bounds because of people saying that people are faking it and not really disabled when they are really disabled, and a lot of them just give up because they don't feel they can fight. So who's fighting for disabled people? Over the years, it has been harder and harder to hold on to benefits and harder to get Social Security. I have known dying people who could not get it. Basically, the process is this. You go to the Social Security office, or I guess you can do it all online now, but you talk to people and they're nice and they tell you, okay, you need to do this, this, and that, go to your doctor, get your paperwork, and prove that you are disabled. Have them fill out forms, have your friends fill out forms, and hopefully you get it. That's 10% of the people who apply initially at Social Security get disability right off the bat. Then you can ask for a reconsideration. That is when you ask the folks at Social Security to go over the file again with a different doctor. And maybe half of people get Social Security after this. Then you have to get a lawyer pretty much. And you go to a hearing near you, and you appear before a judge, and there is a group of professionals, and they will talk about you right in front of you like you're made of wood or something. And even though I won my case, my lawyer, by the way, had the flu and still appeared in court. He looked like a ghost. He was pale and obviously didn't feel well. But he did a very good job for me. I'm very grateful to him for all of his legwork, which helped me win my case. But the way they talked about me in that hearing, I came out crying. And he said it was very common for people to come out of their hearings after they had won crying because, one, you're realizing, yeah, I really am disabled. Oh, it's grief. It is denial. It is anger. It is depression. It is all the things that grief is. So, yeah, you're fighting for this, but yeah, you get it and you feel awful because you are getting a government check and you have questions, do I really deserve this, because of all the things you've heard all your life about, oh, disabled people are lazy. I'm not lazy. I got disability at age 40, and that's young to get disability. And they didn't want to give it to me. So it was tremendous stress, and I had a teenager. You know, when I got my settlement, the first thing I wanted to do was put money away for her college. Well, you're not allowed to do that. If you are in the Department of Family and Children's Services, you just got disability, which means you get Medicaid. Under Medicaid rules, you cannot save money in a savings account. You're not allowed to. If you have too much money in your savings account, you lose your Medicaid. And there is your medical help for your disability gone because you had a savings account. So no, you have 9 months to spend whatever windfall you get. I got 4 years of back payments on my Social Security. I could not
Get to round 3.
I could not put that money aside for my child's college. You know, most people are older when they get Social Security, so there's no provision for people to save it for their kids' college. I was horrified. I had 9 months in which to spend it. I could get a burial policy, but, you know, my family is so spread out, I didn't know where I wanted to be buried.
Turn left.
I didn't really want to be buried in Gainesville, Georgia. So, you know, it wasn't that close to any of my relatives.
Turn left.
So, you know, here I am, got all this money, and what do I do? Well, I bought furniture because furniture lasts. We had to move a lot of times and lost a bunch of it. So we have very little of that furniture that I thought was going to last because we had to move, you know.
In
So,
400 meters,
yeah, it's
turn right.
crummy.
Turn around
And
when it is
we
safe to do
went
so.
on a couple of really unforgettable vacations. So we were able to, you know, have some fun. We went to the Bahamas on a Disney cruise, had a load of fun. It was really, really awesome for
Turn
a
around when it is safe to do so.
40-year-old woman and a 14-year-old daughter, you know. It was really fun. But that's something that I would have rather saved the money for her education. Now she's saddled with school loans. And I wish that
In 400 meters,
our
turn
legislature would decide to forgive those school loans so she won't be in debt.
right. Turn around when it
But-
is safe to do so.
I don't have any control over the legislature. All I can do is say, you know, Medicaid needs to be overhauled. And they need to make provisions. If you've got a child that's looking at college and smart, like my daughter is, you know, I should have been able to save that money for her college. Instead, I've spent it on a bunch of stupid furniture that I don't have
In
anymore.
400 meters, turn
know?
right.
And a couple of trips that were really wonderful. We are glad we took them, but I really wish that I had been able to
Turn around
use that
when it is
money
safe
differently.
to do so.
So, you know, things need to change. To make it easier for a parent or a grandparent who is raising a child. There's a lot of those, you know. There's a lot of social things that people have a lot of misconceptions
meters,
about
turn right.
disability Social Security disability or other forms of disability insurance that people draw a salary when they're unable
Turn
to
around
continue
when it is
working.
safe to do so.
Workman's comp is one of the things. If you're hurt on the job and you know you were hurt on the job, then you can get help that way. But, generally, a lot of it needs to be revamped. We need to provide
400 meters,
health
turn
care.
right.
So a lot of people don't get disabled who are getting disabled because of things that are preventable.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
And COVID-19 is causing people to be disabled. I'm glad to see that today when I looked over at the health department, there was a long line to get vaccinations. That's wonderful. We live in a Republican county. I don't see that very often. So apparently some people are beginning to get the word that, herd immunity really doesn't work. You need to be vaccinated to be able to have the
In 400
protection from
meters,
COVID
turn
because it's mutating, because so many people aren't vaccinated like me.
Turn right.
And the problem is, if you have a lot of people who are not vaccinated, and you have a vulnerable population, which right now is everybody, COVID is no fun. I had it twice.
Round 3 complete. Congratulations.
Yay. All right. Woohoo! We got it! Yay! Let's go to the rail yard. Let's see if I can find anybody else I haven't taken a picture of their vehicle. Oh, yay. Let's get him. Cool. All right. Oh, that's sad. I'm trash. Nobody's trash. Heavenly Father doesn't make junk. It's sad that they think that way. But, it's so important to understand that all disabilities aren't everyday things. Some are intermittent, like fibromyalgia. I have had fibromyalgia since 1995 when it was recognized in the United States as a condition. It is not a disease. It does not break down parts of the body. There are no permanent ill effects from it, supposedly. It's a lot of pain, though, and that pain can be very disabling. And so that's one of the things that's wrong with me. Fibromyalgia is very much misunderstood. People have been told by doctors, oh, you just need to exercise. You're not getting enough exercise. Well, for people with fibromyalgia, if you get a lot of exercise, you may actually make your physical condition worse. You definitely have more pain when you exercise.
You have arrived at your destination.
And you can actually harm yourself. And it's affected by weather and temperature and things you wouldn't think would affect a person. But the pain is a lot worse after the time change. This is why I'm an advocate of no daylight savings time. I think that too many children have died waiting in the dark for buses. I think it's barbaric to do this for the sake of large businesses, which is why daylight savings time got started in the first place. They make more money from it. So, you know, I mean, if you don't care a lot about little school children being hit by cars because people are sleepy the morning after the time change, you know, something's wrong with this picture. I really think that we ought to
You have arrived at your destination.
just have standard time all year round. And Georgia is trying to make daylight savings time year-round. Well, the Academy of Sleep Surgeons, which is a national organization for neurologists who study sleep disorders, are saying that we need standard time, not year-round daylight savings time, because your body is on a clock. And it disrupts that. And you have people like me. There are millions of us that have insomnia problems. I have severe insomnia problems. There are some nights that I just can't get to sleep at all, and I just miss a night's sleep, which can shorten your life. So why can't we just have one clock? You know, that's not the same thing as time zones. Time zones are a valid thing. You have to have time zones so that you have a standard time when the sun is the highest it is up in the sky, and that's your local noon. So, but the Earth is divided into 24 time zones because if I am seeing the sun at high noon in my area, there are 3 other time zones in which they're not seeing the sun straight up noon. So, you know, there need to be adjustments for that, but that can just stay that way. We don't have to do away with time zones to get rid of daylight savings time, which is a different matter. That's the spring forward and fall back type of thing, and more accidents happen on those 2 days of the year. You know, there's definitely a statistical parallel to that. We have more accidents, and more school children are losing their lives every year from having to wait for the bus in the dark. It's ridiculous. We need to just have standard time. And the Academy of Sleep Surgeons agrees with me. Or I agree with them, because they came up with that first. I learned about it later. But that's enough about that. So, I'm out here trying to get more stars on speed zones and failing miserably. Let me look and see if there's one that I think I can do better on. With this car. With this car. A lot of them have a horrible curve in the middle of them, like this one. There's this one. Let's try it. All right. So, I'm sorry my voice is so rough tonight. You know, it's 10:21. I think I will go ahead and stop here and say good night to you. Enjoyed being with you, and I hope you will be with me again tomorrow night for the next live stream from GrannyHandicap. So, in the meantime, I'm Dennis Cole, aka GrannyHandicap, saying good night, and I hope that you will take this one little tidbit of wisdom with you, that it's important to understand your handicaps, not deny them. So if you've got a handicap and you're still in denial, maybe it's time to read up about your handicap so that you can break down those walls of denial and start taking some positive action about your disability. Because, yeah, you can ignore it and fake it and all that stuff and try to appear normal to everybody around you, but it's really a strain to do that. You don't have to admit your disability, because I know that's hard. It's real hard to admit that you're disabled, especially if somebody wants you to do something and you're like, I can't lift that, you know. So I'm just saying, it's a normal, natural reaction of the grief process to deny, whether it's you that are disabled or whether it's a relative who's disabled. But it is kinder, gentler, better to acknowledge the disability. It's not the end of the world. There is life after you find out you're disabled. And you have to find out for yourself what you can do and what you can't do. And your can-do list may be like this, and your can't-do list may be like this. But don't get discouraged. Part of that denial is just plain out fear, white-knuckle terror of life with a disability. And it's not as bad as you think it is. You can still be happy with your disabilities. I have multiple disabilities, and I can tell you that I still keep a positive attitude. I do get down occasionally. Everybody does. But it's a normal part of disabled life to go through those 4 stages of grief, which are denial, then anger, then depression, and finally reconciliation. I'm in my reconciliation step. I still get where I don't want to believe that I'm as disabled as I am. I still have bouts of anger. I still have bouts of depression, and I come back to reconciliation. So the steps of grief come back. It's just like when you lose a loved one. It's not quite as bad because I've lost my parents, I've lost 4 children, I've lost other relatives who were near and dear to me. So I am no stranger, and I've lost friends. So I'm 62 years old. You know, I will continue to lose people close to me. So I'm no stranger to the grief process. I've been through it a lot, and probably more than most. You know, most people have not lost both parents and children, but it does happen to a lot of people. So when I speak about grief, I'm speaking from the heart here. I've been through it. It is hard. Those anniversaries of the birth and death of the person and any other anniversaries and holidays, it's all connected, and you are going to feel some grief at those times. So I just passed I lost my son in 1988 on Memorial Day, so I've just had a grief month, because I also lost my father 2 weeks before I lost my son. So, you know, double whammy. So Mother's Day is kind of hard for me because I have 2 living daughters, but I gave birth to 6 babies. So, yeah, it's hard to take. But I want to say to you that grief is real. You can't shortcut the grief process. You can't just ignore it and it'll go away. It doesn't. But if you're in denial, whether you're new to denial or coming back to denial, the best way to fight that fear is with education. Learn a little more about your disability. Now, I caution you not to look at it too closely. especially at my age, I'm 62, my life is not going to be that long from this end of the age spectrum, so I try not to concentrate too much on how my disabilities are affecting my future. But I do know enough about each of my disabilities to know what to do to help myself feel better. And that's what I encourage you to do. Don't dwell on it. Don't make it an obsession. Just learn enough about your disability to know what's good for it. And maybe you'll feel a little better from the denial perspective, because denying it is not working on helping yourself feel better. I care about whether you feel better or not. So that's why I'm telling you this tip. So if you're in denial, just try to learn a little bit more about your disability or package of disabilities, like in my case. You don't have to dwell on it. You don't have to research it to death. Just find out something you did not know before, and find out something that professionals recommend that you can do to mitigate your disability. You can't get rid of it. You can't magically just ignore it and it'll go away. But what you can do is acknowledge it and say, all right, yeah, I have this disability. I have trouble walking. I stumble a lot. It is embarrassing because I can be mistaken for being drunk or whatever. And I don't want that moniker too, because I'm not an addict. But, you know, just saying, I want to do the things for myself that will help me to feel better, whether it's psychologically feel better or physically feel better. So I force myself to get up and walk from bedroom to the living room. I can only make about 3 circuits right now. I have gotten up to 11. That's my all-time high. That's not much walking. When you consider that I live in an 840 square foot trailer, from this bedroom to the living room is not very many feet. Okay, so that's not anywhere near the 1,000 footsteps that a healthy person is supposed to do to keep yourself fit every day. So I can't do that ever. But I can do my maybe 300 steps, you know, if I'm working up to it. So you can learn what helps your disability and try to do it. Just stretching every hour, you know, this is a real good thing to do. Just put all your joints through the range of motion, and yeah, it hurts like the dickens when I do that, what I just did, that arm circle. But if I don't move, I will hurt worse. So, you know, if you've got constant pain like I do, just don't push yourself, you know. Bend it to where it hurts and stop, and then don't bend it quite so far. If you've ever heard of, what's her name? Go to eccentrics.com. ESSENTRICS.com, and listen to this lady, because she came up with a method of stretching and strengthening at the same time. Usually exercise people only do strengthening, or they only do, you know, they'll do one and then the other. She combines it, and she does these core body motions which work a whole bunch of muscle groups at one time, and it really helps me. And she is not of the no pain, no gain school. No pain, no gain is a fallacy. It hurts people, and you don't want to do that. You want to move until there is pain and stop, and then do the motion again and don't go so far. So you want pain-free exercise, or as close to pain-free as you can get. Eccentrics.com. She can explain all that to you. But, try to fight denial, because it does not help you and it does not help your handicapped person that is dear to you. Telling them they're not disabled, that they just need to get off their derriere and do stuff, that's not helpful, especially if they're depressed. If somebody is clinically depressed, they're laying in bed all the time, they are not getting up, they're not interested in things, that's classic depression symptoms. They need professional help. Okay? They're not crazy, because crazy is one of those terms that's hard to define. It's like, nobody wants to be called crazy. Mentally ill people are not crazy. They just have mental illness, which can cause behaviors that to us may seem like crazy behaviors. But, they need a doctor who can see what particular thing is going on with them, and if they need it, prescribe medicine. But denying that something is wrong is not helping them, and it's not helping you to cope either. So when you're talking about disabilities, you want to understand that how you see it may not be how it is. You may look at your future as a disabled person and say, oh, my future is shot. No, it isn't. Your future is what you make of it. And if you have handicaps, you can still succeed. You may not be able to participate in the regular Olympics, but there's the Paralympics. Think about possibilities, because life is sweet. You want to reach and take the sweetness and enjoy it. And there are always things that you can do. So enjoy what you can do and let the rest go by you. This is Granny Handicap, hoping you have a good night and hoping that you don't let the disabilities get you down, whether they're yours or someone close to you. Have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow night at 8. Sometimes I'm a little late, but I get there. So have a good night, and I'm going over to Twitch now, and I'm going to sign off for the night.